and welcome to Trojan Sports Now. I'm Sarah Drake.
And I'm Briana Jones. Stick around as we bring you the latest news and scores from Troy Athletics.
The Trojan women's basketball team faced both Louisiana teams of the Sun Belt in their last road trip and returned to Troy with a pair of wins. Saturday was a rematch of last year's Sun Belt championship game as the Trojans defeated Louisiana Lafayette 62-55 in the Cajun Dome. Kayla Robinson scored 7 points in the fourth quarter to keep the Trojans in position to win the game. Robinson finished with 19 points and 10 rebounds, her second double-double in 3 games. She has now scored in double figures in 5 straight games. Amber Rivers scored 15 points in the game on 6 of 10 shooting. Harriet Winchester added 11 points for her 6th double-digit performance of the season.
The Trojan men were not so lucky on their Louisiana road trip, falling to both Sun Belt teams after a loss to Louisiana Lafayette on Saturday. Troy trailed by just 4 at halftime, and the Trojans were unable to contain the Raging Cajuns as UL Lafayette remained perfect in Sun Belt play with an 81-69 victory on Saturday. Fouls and turnovers did not help the Trojans at all. The Raging Cajuns shot 31 free throws compared to just 11 attempts by the Trojans. Troy had 20 turnovers in the game as well. Troy's offense was led by Jordan Vernato's 18 points.
For her efforts last week, sophomore guard Kayla Robinson was named Sun Belt Player of the Week. Last week, Robinson tied her career high against ULM with 23 points and guided her team to a win against UL Lafayette with 19. Robinson has scored 14 or more points in the last 5 games. This season, Robinson is second on the team, averaging 11.8 points per game, and leads the squad with 75 assists in 20 games. It is the first time a Lady Trojan has been named Sun Belt Conference Player of the Week this season.
Even if it feels like it's winter outside, it's already time to start talking about some baseball. The Trojan baseball team is preparing for their 2018 season and held their first official practice last Friday. Nick Brooks was at Riddle Pace to catch all the action.
The Trojan baseball team kicked off their first official practice of the spring on Friday, and the focus point for the team is to steadily progress over the next few weeks leading up to the season opener. And head coach Mark Smart speaks on the future of the season.
We've got 3 weeks to get ready, and I'm confident our team will do that. Look forward to seeing where we start and where we can take this 2018 team to.
Players Brandon Lockridge and Chase Smart are ready for the season to start, but know they still need a tune-up before opening day.
Here we are 3 weeks out. First practice is today. I think everybody's kind of anxious and excited for the season to start, but we're taking it one day at a time and trying to get better. I think fundamentally we just need to work on the basics, not trying to do too much, get out here and every day try to improve on something.
Being more comfortable and having more confidence in ourselves. That's everything else. We got the talent, we got everything we need. And now we just got to believe and have confidence in ourselves to play.
After a 31-25 record and a 1-game appearance in the Sun Belt Conference Tournament last season, the Trojans have high hopes for a Sun Belt Conference championship this season.
This is a new season. It's a new team. We've got a lot to be excited about. We've got a lot of key pieces back that I really like, and got some great first-year players that I think are going to be really good for our team.
And one of our goals this year is 6-1-18, which is June 1st. We want to be playing in a regional, and that's our ultimate goal is to be playing in June. But you can't get there without winning the first game, so we're going to focus on each game individually, and we'll look at the big picture once that time comes.
The Trojans start their season at home against UT Martin February 16th at 6 p.m. at Riddle Pace Field. Nick Brooks, Trojan Sports Now.
2 of Troy's baseball players have been honored with preseason awards. The league announced Wednesday that Andrew Crane has been named the Sun Belt Preseason Pitcher of the Year. He and outfielder Brandon Lockridge were both selected to the preseason All-Sun Belt team. Crane set a school and conference record with 40 consecutive scoreless innings, not allowing a run from March 31st to May 26th. Lockridge is one of 3 Trojans to start in all 56 games of the season and led the league in hits per game and ranked 2nd in hits with 83. He posted a team high and conference 5th best batting average, and his 61 singles were the 8th most in a single season in Troy history. He and Crane explained what they are doing to prepare for the upcoming season.
I'm just going to go out there and do the best I can for my teammates and try to give us the best chance to win every night, and go out there and the ball's in my hand, just as everyone else would do on the team.
I think fundamentally we just need to work on the basics, not trying to do too much, get out here and every day try to improve on something.
Crane, Lockridge, and the rest of the Trojan baseball team start their season off on February 16th at Riddle Pace Field against UT Martin.
The Trojans could also get a boost on offense with the return of outfielder Joey Dennison, who after sitting out in 2017 looks to finish his career at Riddle Pace this season. Once again, Nick Brooks has the story.
The Trojan baseball team starts their season in just over 2 weeks, and a familiar face in Joey Dennison returns for the Trojans after missing most of the last season with a wrist injury.
I'm super excited to get back to some competitive baseball. It's been a while, but I've been practicing and doing everything full go, so shouldn't miss a step.
Head coach Mark Smart talks about Dennison getting a second chance on his senior season.
I mean, I hate he missed out on his first senior year. This is his second run at it. We all saw last year he played injured for about a month, and he couldn't perform like Joey Dennison. So he's healthy. He's in a great place mentally, physically.
Head coach Smart and catcher Chase Smart talk about what Dennison brings to the diamond.
Losing him last year was a blow to our team, and the health and his overall ability, not only as a player but as a clubhouse guy, leader, team leader, I think it's going to play a prominent role on our team. His production, I think, will be back, and that's going to be a much-needed piece for this team.
He's the guy that he's setting an example of doing everything the right way. He's a leader, like everybody would say. He is the captain of the team.
Chase Smart talks about what he looks forward to the most with Dennison back on the field.
I'm glad to have him back because now we got one more chance to play together back in the high school.
Dennison looks to build off of his impressive junior season. Nick Brooks, Trojan Sports Now.
Even though it's another week before the softball team's first game and even longer than that before their first Sunbelt contest, we now know how the coaches of the league feel the Trojans will fare in Sunbelt play. The Trojans were picked to finish 9th in the Sunbelt coaches preseason poll, right above Appalachian State. Texas State holds the top spot in the poll, right above Louisiana Lafayette, who is a team that traditionally occupies the top spot. Both teams are coming off an NCAA regional appearance last season. Head coach Beth Mullen says although a number of seniors were lost this past season, a majority of her team is returning for the upcoming season.
We lost some seniors last year, but not a huge group, but we brought a big freshman class in, and we have a lot of returners that have gotten a lot of playing time. I mean, most everybody on our team has seen a substantial amount of playing time, which is huge. I mean, you can't. I mean, experience is the key, and so I think that's going to be great. Last year we were really young. I mean, and we did some things that showed our youth, and we're going to try to learn from those things. And I think some of our sophomores and juniors, and then our seniors that have been here for 3 years now, that's going to be key for us.
The Trojans will start their season at home next Friday when they welcome in Tennessee State to the Trojan softball complex.
This past Sunday, the Trojan track and field team wrapped up its 4th meet of the 2018 season when they competed in the KMS Invite at the Birmingham Crossplex. Senior Niata Alexander finished 3rd in the 400-meter dash with a 55.66 second time and led the relay team to a runner-up spot in the 4x400. India Somerville also finished 3rd in the shot put, tossing out to 14.11 meters. Although Coach Elliott Blount congratulated the team on the effort, he says he wants to see more.
We need to step it up a little bit as far as just being a little bit more competitive, a little bit more intense and matching our competition. I think we've been a little flat, and that's part of it's on me. I don't doubt their fitness right now, but when it comes to racing, I'm looking to see a little bit more of a concerted effort to compete.
A Montgomery native and Troy graduate has now returned to his old stomping grounds after being named tight ends and S-back coach by head coach Neil Brown. Brian Blackman has been added to Brown's coaching staff as announced on Monday. Blackman spent 21 years coaching at Opelika High School and most recently served as an offensive analyst for Auburn, where he spent 1 season before making the move to Troy. Still to come on Trojan Sports Now, we'll have a preview of the Trojan basketball team's matchup against South Alabama.
But first, Sarah sits down with baseball's pitcher Andrew Crane. Stick around for more Trojan Sports Now.